Never surprised, always disgusted. That is what I have said about Donald Trump. I am never surprised by the depravity of what he is willing to say and to do, but I am always disgusted by it, and never has that been more true than when I looked at Truth Social this morning, hoping to not see a post about Rob Reiner from Donald Trump, from our furious, petulant child president, and that is exactly what I saw. Not words of condolences, not even the classic Trump, "It happened, I'm president, thank you, DJT," but an attack on Rob Reiner and his wife, who saw their lives stolen from them last night. Some truly depraved, disgusting shit from the man we always expected from. This was gross. This was pathetic. I am enraged. I cannot believe we have to live like this. I cannot believe we have become numb to this. It is awful. It is awful. But before we even have to look at this post from Donald Trump, I want to start with why he was posting it. And it is because he is an insecure, tiny little man who was furious that Rob Reiner was a giant and an activist willing to call him out. And he did so in a clip that I think is so important, that has been going so viral, that I want to watch before we just get into this disgusting, disgusting attack. We have to remember those words. We have to remember what is at stake every single day. It is our democracy. It is our country. It is our way of life that Donald Trump wants to take away from us. He wants us to become numb. He wants us to become broken. He wants us to become separate from each other, thinking that there is no humanity left in America, that all we see is gun violence and political violence and leaders who don't ignore it but stoke it from the highest level and then blame it on us, institutions that are broken, that allow this to happen, that Donald Trump gives pardons to those who break the law and then allow them to inflict their pain on us again. He wants us to think that that's America. It is not. And he's trying to do it with this latest post, which is truly just disgusting. Trump wrote on Truth Social, "A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and uncurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obnoxious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before. May Rob and Michelle rest in peace." I have no words. It's just truly disgusting that this is the man who runs our country, that this is the man that people have to look up to. Who does? He is a buffoon. It is bullshit constantly spewing from his mouth. It is vile. And the fact that this is something that I was worried about last night and actually got is just so, it's just such a weight. That I talked to y'all last night saying, it's the first place I went, was to Truth Social, to see what our idiot president has said. And when the only post up was him standing in front of his assassination photo, an event that he has milked more than anyone else has ever milked a moment for political purposes. What was the old Joe Biden joke about Rudy Giuliani? When he talks, all he says is a noun, a verb, and 9/11. That's Donald Trump with his assassination. And what has he done to combat political violence since? Pardoned thousands of cop-beating insurrectionists, called Democrats dogs and criminals and subhuman, said that we need to go to war with each other. What has Erica Kirk done to stop gun violence? Has she said a word about every school shooting that happened since Charlie Kirk was shot? No. These people don't care. This is disgusting. This is truly depraved. Why does this have to be a part of our life? Why does this have to be a part of our grieving? It is unfair what Donald Trump has taken from us, a level of normalcy. a level of humanity that he has just stripped away. And it's not a policy position, but it's painful. And it's something that we have to acknowledge. It's something that we have to understand. And it's something that he and everyone around him should be held accountable for that they did to us. That they took this level of normalcy away from us, and there has to be a punishment for that. These people are criminals. They're corrupt. I have such contempt for them. There will be no apologizing and moving on for the way that these people broke our country. There will be no forgive and forget. There needs to be accountability. Because they will parade themselves around and call themselves victims till they're blue in the face, or till Erica Kirk has done 9 more CBS fucking town halls, but they will never do anything to address the problem that they purport to care about. They do not care about violence. They do not care who is hurt. They just care how they can use it. And I'm furious today. This is so sickening. It's so sad. And especially coming out of a weekend of shootings on the anniversary of another. It's just heartbreaking. And I think what Senator Chris Murphy had to say about it all was incredibly important. We cannot become numb to this. We can't. But it's also something that shouldn't consume us. Because in what reasonable society does it? I'm just sad, y'all. This has just been difficult. And I just think that we need to recognize how much fault falls on leaders who have just ignored this, and know that they should be held accountable, and know that there is a way to fix it. And we are going to keep calling that out on this show. If you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments, y'all. I certainly need it today. Don't stop fighting. Don't let them silence you. And until next time, I'll see you soon.